Hi Vic, morning.
Morning. We were just sort of talking before we press record about this podcast interview I did with Bob Morell.
Yes.
And for those who haven't heard the podcast yet, Bob's well, he was an actor. Well, he still is an actor, really. But he's got a very successful training company called Reality Training.
Yeah.
And we were talking about the problems that artists have and all the rest of it. But he was also focusing on the thing about corporate training. And of course, he uses acting as a sort of a template for what he does. But of course, this is one of the things we do with Blues Camp that obviously people don't realise, that this could be part of your CPD stuff. You know, you can.
Yeah, because in most professions, part of the continuing professional development is development of yourself, not just the technical development in your industry. So it teaches you, not necessarily teaches you, but gives you the facility to manage better and work out certain situations without a manual, if you like.
Yeah.
And most people don't have those skills. It's thrust upon them in business. They learn to be an accountant or an architect, but they're never taught how to manage people or relate to people. So it's a vitally important thing. And most CPD providers to the professions don't actually do this, don't actually provide that facility. So I think it's something that really would be very useful.
Yeah. So it would be quite interesting, wouldn't it, if you had an office and you had some people that had to do obviously their CPD as their the component to do with their sort of personal stuff, you know, team, and not only that, sort of aspects of team building or working with teams, presentation skills, and all the rest of it, creative thinking as well. Wouldn't that be good if that was just come and play in a band and learn how to perform and learn how to create songs? In other words, how do you become creative? Now, I think that's great. Now, even if you don't play a musical instrument, as we know, because we have people that turn up and it's been bought for them and they've never played anything. So you could advise, you could sing. And how many girls would like to do backing vocals or ladies in the I'm sure there's a few.
And of course, the other thing is most CPD is boring and not fun.
That's what I'm getting.
And you have to force people to do it.
Exactly. Now, even if it was a case of somebody just playing a bit of percussion, but you've got to be part of the team, and you've got to understand how musicians communicate with one another on a stage in such a way that the audience don't know you're communicating with one another, right? And also, how do you present yourself to an audience, and how do you deal with anxiety and all the rest of it, and all those things that, you know, artists, musicians, actors, and all the rest of it. That's one of the things they have to be able to do. So, and of course, it's tax deductible.
Big word, that. Big word.
So I think that's an important aspect. So for those of you
absolutely
out there who want to do that, then obviously contact us. At the moment, obviously, we've got the one in July. We've also got Blues Camp France, which is a slightly different beast. But even so, it's a very, very similar, aspect in that regard. So you could do that. You could go to France and do it. Or obviously, if you get enough people, we could put something on specially.
So just go to our website. That's the thing initially, and have a look.
So if you'd like to read the website address, it will obviously be below, but
it's www.bluescampuk.com. co.uk. Sorry, yes.
You don't normally have to find it's already pops up.
No, I never have to say it. So,
so there we go.
Okay.
So it's all the W's, bluescampuk.co.uk. And you get details of France if you're interested in that one as well. So, that's it. It's good.
I'll see you later, Vic.
Cheers, mate.